All right, Shalom, Shalom, Yasharala. Shit, brother, you ever done with the Sutter Return located here in Chicago? And I want to start out by giving all praise. It's called Allah to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders over at Great Millstone who teach and rule well. Shalom to the Archians scattered throughout the four corners, preaching His word and truth and sincerity with discretion and discernment. All right, and last but not least, shalom to the Akim and the Akwat and the children who might be tuning in too. So yeah, man, as you see, the lesson is entitled "Carnality versus Spirituality: The Mark of the Beast, the Karagma," man. Because the talk been in the news a lot lately in the media, circulating through the articles, and a lot of different brothers been touching on it, and the Most High put the spirit on me to touch on it too, though. All right, because we dealing with the so-called white man and his plan to take over the world, man. You ever see that TV show Pinky and the Brain? And he say, "What we gonna do tomorrow, Pinky?" Oh, he say the same thing we do every day: try to take over the world. So when you just sit back and logically analyze the so-called white man taking over the world, I don't see why the RFID microchip, the charagma, the mark of the beast, I don't see why the chip is such a stumbling block or I forgot the word. I lost the word I had in my head. Um, I don't see why you think it's like a big deal for the white man the so-called white man, to use this chip as an avenue to take over the world, man. All right, they want to take it and put it in your skin and put it in your brain and connect you to the metaverse, to the cloud, man. All right, and that's what I wanted to touch on, man. How this man want to be like the Most High, because the elect gonna get beamed up in clouds. Yahweh shot, he coming back on the cloud, all right, on the chariot. So this nigga Esau being carnal, he want to try to do as much things as he can do to get that spiritual inheritance, and he trying to do it within his own power, and he gonna take 2/3 of the people with him. All right. So yeah, man. I'm gonna play these articles first. I'm gonna read through these articles first, then I'm gonna go through the scriptures, man. All right. All right, this is this walletmore.com. No, this ain't walletmore.com. I ain't even never go to walletmore.com. I should have went on that. All right, the wallet of tomorrow, walletmore, but this just an article that I found from yesterday. All right, I found this today. It's from yesterday. Laura Tucker. Uh, Make tech easier, I guess.com. MakeTechEasier.com. All right, so it say, would you consider a microchip implant for contactless payments? It say, there is no doubt. Let me zoom in. It say there is no doubt contactless payments make life much easier. Paying for purchases through your smartphone or smartwatch alleviates the need to carry cash, a credit card, etc. There is also a very small section of the public who do contactless payments via a microchip implant embedded in their skin. Is this something you would consider? All right, it says how the microchip implant works. It says not that microchip implants are a new idea. The first human implant was in 1998. Now that they are commercially available, Wallimore says it is the first to offer implantable payment microchip implants for sale to the public, with 500 sold so far. All right, so they are already selling it to people. People been getting chipped since I believe before 1998. All right, but around that time, and then they say they already sold 500 so far. And like I say, man, they coming up with new ways that you could pay for things. And see, they telling you that you paying for things with, a microchip implant embedded under the skin. You could pay for things with your hand. But what they ain't telling people is that you could pay for things with your mind, man. Because they gonna connect this thing to your brain, man. I believe with this nigga Elon Musk with the Neuralink implants, with the brain chip implants, Neuralink, I'm led to believe that, you're going to be able to get the chip in your brain and you will be able to just, I don't know how it work, how you don't know if you think it out and just pay for it. I don't know if you got to blink twice, left eye for yes and right eye for no, or some crazy shit. I don't know. But I'm led to believe they're gonna have you, doing things ultimately with your mind. Like I say, it's a carnal thing, man. Esau want to be spiritual like the Most High. He want that blessing. Like just think about the new Jerusalem, man. The scriptures say no eye has seen, no ear has heard, and no man has thought of, roughly paraphrasing. No man has conceived the things that the Lord got in store for those who love him. So we might be able to teleport from this planet to that planet, from this location to that location. We could probably levitate. Well, we're going to be able to fly and levitate and float. Lord willing, I'm a part of that number. But Esau want to do everything the carnal way because he ain't gonna get nowhere near that. The Most High might allow this man to create this technology, and you might be able to turn the TV on by just thinking, or change the channel, or some fluky shit. What's that movie, The Fly? When Buddy was trying to teleport from this part of the room to the other part of the room, but the fly got in there with him and jacked them all up. Now he was just a big fly. All right, so yeah, it was fluky, but the Most High gonna always disappoint the devices of the crafty, man. All right, so yeah, I digress a little bit though. All right, so it say the implant can be used to pay for a drink on the beach in Rio, a coffee in New York, a haircut in Paris, or at your local grocery store. Said Wash Tech Pop Pop Paproda, founder and chief executive at Walmart. It can be used wherever contactless payments are accepted. And then they got Esau on here, the so-called white man, what I'm saying, paying for something by scanning his right hand. All right, from what I'm looking at, that seems to be his right hand on that thing. All right, it say the Walmart chip weighs less than a gram and is lighter than a grain of rice. It includes a microchip and an antenna inside. It includes a microchip and an antenna inside a material similar to plastic. While it's implanted in your skin, it's important to know it has regulatory approval. It can be used as soon as it's implanted and will stay put. It does not carry an expiration, nor does it have a battery to replace. It uses near field communication, NFC, the same contactless payment system you are already using in your smartphone. Radio frequency identification is used in contactless debit and credit cards. It say if it's good enough for your dog, if if you balk at this idea, it's important to note that we use microchip implants in our pets, but we use the technology to find them and not to get a cafe americano at Starbucks. They say we do this to our furry family members. Yet a 2021 survey included more than 4,000 people in the UK and EU revealed that just over half of them will consider a microchip implant. Here goes Esau. All right, Esau again, the so-called white woman, the self-proclaimed white woman, scanning her what looks to be her right hand again to pay for something. All right, so like I say, that's the word I was looking for. Call Allah and how about Shem was shot. I was looking for the word far fetched. All right, you got some Hebrew Israelites sects and groups out here in different camps who say that this is a conspiracy theory or this is a far fetched idea. Well, hey, talk about prophecy in the news. This is what's going on right now. All right, this is what's going on right now, man. All right, they talking about this chip right now. We've been talking. All right, let me just say this. Let me say this, man. One of the reasons I flock to Great Millstone and the elders and apostles teaching, all right, and the brothers and the elders and the bishops and so on and so forth, is because you know, growing up, the majority of my life, I researched eschatology, end time prophecy. I wanted to know about, the mark of the beast really bad. I remember I was a shorty, I was like 9, 10 years old, crying in the living room on the couch, watching them end time so called rapture movies. My mama had me watching and I was crying. And my mama come out that night, she like, "What's wrong? What you crying for?" I'm like, "I don't want to be left behind." So I did a due diligence to research this RFID mark of the beast thing, man. And lo and behold, here we are. Here I am right now today, man. All right, before I ever knew what a Hebrew Israelite was, before I ever knew what a camp was, all right, I was looking into the mark of the beast 666 being the RFID microchip. All right, that's just the spirit that the Most High got out here in these last days. But he set up teachers. He said, "I will give you teachers according to my heart that will feed you with knowledge and understanding, man, wisdom, knowledge, understanding," roughly paraphrasing. So, I'm led to believe that the man at Great Millstone is the man of the Lord. Because this was on my spirit before I even heard of an Israelite. Before I even knew I was an Israelite. I thought we was black African American. All right. So it's very I think the word I'm looking for, prevalent in the news. This is a heavy topic that's going on in the world right now, man. I remember when I was living in Rockford, Illinois, um, I was talking to people about, RFID chips and mark of the beast. I was a so-called conspiracy theorist, and I was talking to the people about they want to implant us and chip us, and enslave the world. They want to enslave the world through this technology, and nobody would believe me. They'd be like, "Man, don't nobody want to hear that. We was a bam." So then one day they posted a bunch of flyers in the projects I was living in, the housing complex I was living in, man, in Rockford. They put the flyers up all over the walls, all over the boards, all over the doors that said ILCHIP, Illinois chip, EO chip. And they had different states like NY chip. And this was back in like 2011, 2010, 2011, 2012 or something, you know? And they were saying it was funded by the Masons and the Eastern Stars. The Masons and the Eastern Stars, they had their logo and seal and badge on the front of the flyers. Said, "Bring your children down to the Washington Park out there in Rockford, Illinois, by Concord Housing Project." They say, "Bring your children to Washington Park. They're gonna have pops and chips and hot dogs." And you can talk about getting your child chipped so that they could be safe and won't nobody snatch them. And they was trying to make it seem like it was a family friendly idea, safe. They got apps out right now called Life 360 where you could follow your loved ones and make sure don't nobody snatch them and shit like that. So they was pushing it as if a risk factor, a safety factor for your children won't be snatched up. And they probably, I'm pretty sure, dumbass niggas went barbecuing the hot dogs and shit. Them niggas in the project, they went for it. All right, the people went for it, man, and went and got their kids chipped. And it's gonna be bad, man. I'm led to believe they gonna turn on them 5G towers or press a button or something, and you're gonna be the artificial intelligence. You're gonna be a robot building shit, man, slaving. They lying talking about going to Mars. They want to go to Mars and colonize Mars. No, man, that's just a trick of the enemy. They really want to colonize you on the planet Earth again. But yeah, I digress again, man. I guess I could read a little bit more. Yeah, that's the last of it. I'm gonna read this article out, man. So like it, I know there's probably comments on the comment board. Shalom, my call law, you mean how about Shem, how was Shabbat Rakatah, Shalom. Hey, yeah, so I'm gonna finish these comments all right fast. I mean these paragraphs. It say the reading distance is limited by the small antenna coil inside the implant. The implant needs to be within the electromagnetic coupling between the reader and the transponder for the implant to be read. So yeah, in other words, they just saying you got to be close. They talking about it ain't no major risk factors. You got to be close to the reader for the people to scan you. All right. Um, and then I just read it. They just said it's just like the one in your phone. So ain't nobody got to be by your phone. You could text a nigga from Indonesia. So they telling you you got to be close, but then they telling you it's the same thing in your phone. You know they lying. All right, they say well, any device that connects to the internet leaves people concerned that will be tracked. Pullman went back to the pet comparison and noted it's not possible to locate them using an RFID chip implant. The missing pet needs to be found physically. Then the entire body gets scanned until the RFID chip implant is found and read. Then again, he considers himself a biohacker as this isn't his only implant. He has a total of 32 chips that will open doors and embedded magnets. All right. There will always be people who don't want to modify their body. We should respect that. And they should respect us as biohackers. Having a microchip implant and using it for countless payments is an interesting idea for sure and puts this amazing idea to shame. I mean, so like it put this Amazon idea to shame. Amazon one palm reader, because they got the that one palm reader. Amazon got that where you know what I'm saying? You could just pay by reading your palm or some fluky shit like that. So yeah, man, it's not a far fetched idea, man. It's very much indeed out there and in circulation, man. All right, this chip is in circulation, man. What else they had up here, man? They say I just typed it in implantable right on Google. I went on Google and typed in implantable microchips humans. And they say this company's hand microchip implant could redefine how we pay for services. All right, a microchip implant that would allow you to push with your hand. Yeah, some crazy shit. Will you consider a microchip implant for countless contexts? 13% of people think Elon Musk's singularity brain chip would be good for society. Yeah, I bet. Chip implants, opportunities, concerns, and what could be next. Yeah, this all this here. Look, implanted microchip could be used to verify Crown Vic jab status. All right, that was at the end of last year, man. So yeah, man, what we got so far? We got you could push it and make things magically move with your hand. It got your bank account information on there, and it got your medical information on there, man. All right. So yeah, it's just overly fluky, man. Overly fluky. All right, let me read this precept, man. All right, this is from the brother from Egypt to Israel, man. Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right, shalom, Gigi. Hey, so it say Leviticus 19:28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh, man, for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I'm the Lord Yahweh. So people saying any camp or any camp leader or anybody that's out there teaching anything contrary to Leviticus 19:28 is a false prophet, man. All right. He got another precept. It say Deuteronomy 14:1, ye are the children of the Lord, Yahweh your power. Ye shall not cut yourselves, nor make any baldness between your eyes, eyes for the dead, nor make any baldness between your eyes for the dead. Now, watch this. Now, the law tell you what it tell you, right? The law tell you don't cut yourself, don't mark yourself. Now, let's just see what Buddy them got going on. Let's see what Esau and them got going on. Let's just look at a little video demonstration. Because we know what the law say for the Israelites. Hey, yeah, so this Buddy them right here, man, this Buddy them, this Esau them, and this they little guinea pig they at the doctor's office, man. All right, this the same company I just read about, Walletmore, payment implant installation, man. Let's see what they do, because we just read the scripture, the water out for the scripture. Let's see. Now, hold on, man. That looks like a numbing agent. That looks like a numbing agent, man. Now, he's numbing him, man. For what? I wonder why. Is that a scalpel? What is he doing with that scalpel? Wow, he's making an incision, a cutting in the flesh. He just made a cutting in an incision in a man's flesh, man. All right, and the brother just put the precept up there. I'm gonna put it up there again, man. It say Leviticus 19:28, ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, going into tribal marks, nor print any marks upon you. Okay? Now let's go to the blue letter Bible, right? I got the word charagma out of what I get it from? I believe from Revelation 13:16. Strong's G 5480. Strong's G 5480. Mark. All right. Charagma.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
All right, the charagma, man. Charagma. All right, a stamp, or it say a stamp and imprinted mark of the mark stamp on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. Uh, the mark branded upon horses, thing carved, sculpted. Didn't he just Didn't he just carve in his skin with a scalpel? All right, graven work of idolatrous image, because it is an idol. That chip is an idol, man. All right, it says charagma from the same as G5482, a scratch or etching, i.e. stamp as a badge of servitude, man, a graven mark, man, an image, man. It's a graven image. All right, it's just like an idol. And I'm gonna go into that when I get to going through these precepts. All right. So yeah, man, it's a marking and an etching, man. All right. All right. All right, so yeah, let me go through these precepts I put together through the spirit and power. How about Shem? How was shot, man? I was just thinking about, this guy taking over the world, and it led me to all these precepts, man. All right, so this the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 16. It say, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And he calls of all, that's everybody, man, on the planet Earth, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Who calls of all? The so-called white man. All right, the so-called white man. To receive a mark in their right hand on their foreheads. Verse 17, and that no man, see, that's how you know we talking about everybody. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So it's telling you, man, that the so-called white man and his what's the word? Um this path that he's on to dominate the world. All right, world domination. The so-called white man. All right, he's going to attempt to mark everybody as his property. He wants to mark everybody as his property. He wants to be like the Most High Yahweh Shem Shah. All right, and the Most High, he not gonna let it happen like that, man. All right, this the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 5. It say, yeah, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. Yeah, he transgressed by wine goes into how he finesses with his philosophies and doctrines, man. From the peace treaties that he's broken with the Native Americans, so-called Native Americans, to land to the world about Darwin's theory of evolution. You know what I'm saying? He transgresses by wine. It say, yeah, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man. So yeah, because the what the precepts say, his words were smoother than butter. You know what I'm saying? The so-called white man, his words are smoother than butter. So he go around finessing people out of stuff because he could talk his way, you know what I'm saying? The Most High blessed this man to lie, to finesse. They say, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Yeah, the so-called white man is not going to just stay in the, he didn't just stay in Mount Seir. He's not just going to stay in the Caucasus Mountains, man. This nigga actually has the fat of the land, the fatness of the earth, man. He really got more land on earth than any other nation collectively, man. You know what I'm saying? We know the Israelites are scattered throughout the world and we everywhere. But the so-called white man, he owned these land masses for the time being, man, temporarily. All right, they say, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, man. Yeah, as the pit, as the earth. All right, and is as death and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all peoples. So yeah, man, this nigga want to dominate the world. He want to heap all nations of people to himself, man. All right, he can't just stay at home and just be the Esau the cave dweller. He got to come out here and be the Jews and some fluky shit. All right, the ancient Egyptians and shit. All right, so that's the book of Psalms, chapter 49 and verse 11. It say their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. Yeah, they believe that America is just going to continue to just go on forever, and it's never going to end. And then that's where they land, and people talk about colonizing Mars because they really just want to put people in the metaverse. People just want to be trapped in the metaverse, and you're gonna be stuck, stuck forever, man. All right. He put another precept up. I'm gonna read the precept in a second. Let me finish this right fast. They say, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They called their lands after their own names. Yeah, like Amerigo Vespucci. America was named after him. And then, he was a so-called, well, not a so-called, but yeah, so-called Italian map maker, Edomite map maker, man, for Christopher Columbus, man, Amerigo Vespucci. All right. And his land was named after him. That's how you know that this is who the Bible talking about. Esau, the so-called white man. And then they say, who else, man? Leo Scipio Africanus. You know what I'm saying? He conquered that land and named that land Ham after himself. All right. So I'm gonna read it again. Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and that their dwelling places to all generations. And they call their lands after their own names, man. Come on, man. Let me get these precepts right fast. Genesis 25:27 is saying the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. Yeah, Esau, the so-called white man, man, he was a man of the field, and he wants to engraft all these nations into himself by what? Telling you some child, like, because a child plays in the field. A child, you be like, go outside, go play. They run around in the field, play, and this man, he wanna he want to get you with the eye, with things that's beautiful to the eye. You could wave your hand. So he's a cunning hunter. That's cunning hunting. All right, to attract people with a microchip, man. All right, and they say Jacob was a plain man dwelling in the tents, man. Proverbs 31:18, it say, "Let the land live be put to silence, which speak grievous things, proudly and contemptuously against the righteous." Yeah, that's Esau, the so-called white man. He speaks grievous things, proudly against and contemptuously against the righteous, man. So, hey, this man is proud. They say he transgressed by wham, man, his philosophies and doctrines. You know what I'm saying? And he making all type of accusations against the children of the Lord continually, man. All right. Hey, so this the book of It's the book of Habakkuk again, chapter 2 again, chapter 2 and verse 18. And it reads, What profit of the graven image? What profit of the graven image that the maker thereof have graven it? The molten image in a teacher of lies that the maker of his work trusted therein to make dumb idols. You know? Yeah, man. There's no profit in this chip, man. It's not spiritual. It's a carnal thing. It's a strong delusion. It's a major deception, man. All right. There's no profit in it, man. Yeah, there's no profit. There's no profit in this thing, and that's why I read the previous scripture, Psalm 49:11, say that and without it that their houses shall continue forever, because they want to put you in this metaverse and sink your brain and your soul and your spirit to the cloud. You know what I'm saying? And there's no profit in that ultimately, because once you do that, you change your molecular structure and your genetic makeup, which the Most High is in us. The Most High is a part of us. He is in us. Is in our is in our DNA, keeping your spirit at what the human temperature is, 96 degrees, 96 point some degrees. The human temperature is supposed to be at all times. So that's the Most High keeping that flame in us, keeping us alive. So once you take that chip, it's gonna throw off your molecular structure. All right, and you eventually gonna be missile food, you know. So yeah, man, it's an idol. People want to get this thing put inside of them for whatever reasons, man, but it's really an idol, and it's gonna take over. It's the ultimate. It's the ultimate. It's the ultimate idol, man. All right, just like the golden statue of Nebuchadnezzar, man. that he wanted them to bow down and worship. All right, that was an idol. But the Hebrew boys, they ain't bow down, man. I'm gonna get to that too, though. I'm gonna get to that. All right, so yeah, like I said in Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 18, what profit of the graven image that the maker thereof hath graven it? The molten image and the teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusteth therein to make dumb idols. All right, this is the book of Job, chapter 5 and verse 12. And it reads, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So yeah, there's no profit in this idol in this graven image because the Most High, he's going to disappoint this device, man. This RFID chip, this device. The scripture tell you as soon as Esau is ready to fill his belly, man, the Most High gonna crash down on him, man. All right. Hey, so this is the book of Mark, chapter 8 and verse 36. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? So yeah, like there's no profit in subscribing to this idol, man. All right, because you're gonna lose your own soul. You first of all, you're not even gaining the whole world. First of all right, you're just gonna have a little few benefits. You can go to the store and swipe, and then you can pay the swipe. All right, but it say, "What shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and shall lose his own soul?" So, what does it profit you to take this chip, take this mark, take this charagma, and lose your own soul, man? You still gonna be trodden underfoot, man. They got a dance in Chicago called the 40s. These Edomites, these other nations gonna be doing the 40s on your body, man, on you. You gonna be trodden underfoot, all right, because you trusted in men, all right. So we're not gonna bow down and we're not gonna budge and we're not gonna subscribe to this idol, man, or take this idol, man. Second Maccabees chapter 7 and verse 2. But one of them that spake first said this. What wouldest thou ask of what wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers, man. All right, so yeah, we're not gonna transgress the laws of our fathers, man. I just read in Deuteronomy 14 and 1 and Leviticus 19 and 28. Thou shalt not make no cuttings in the flesh, man, or don't print no marks upon you. So we ready to die already right now, rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers, man. Just like the the mother and her sons in Second Maccabees chapter 7. This is the book of Daniel chapter 3 and verse 16. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. Yeah, concerning he talking about like y'all gonna either bow down and worship this golden idol or y'all gonna be put to death. So they like, man, we ain't gotta sit and really take into consideration what we're gonna do. No, nigga, like, do what you gonna do, cause you're not finna get away with doing what you're doing to the men of the Lord. You know, you're not gonna in no wise get away. You can find them. They say that in Second Maccabees chapter 7. They say just a bad yet a little while, man, and the Most High got tortures and torments set aside for you and your seed behind you. All right, so nah, man, we not gonna subscribe to no chip, and we not careful to answer the powers that be concerning this chip. All right, Leviticus chapter 17 and verse 11. For the life of the flesh is in the blood. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, man. So the life of the flesh is in the blood. All right. So, like I just said, man, the Most High, He got His. We know Deuteronomy 7 and 6. The Israelites are the Most High special chosen people, special to Himself, all right, above all people. And we know that we're special to Him. And He telling us don't take, the chip. He's warning us don't take the mark, the charagma. Yet all the other nations and people, they still have that same 97 that temperature. It fluctuates up and down, but it's supposed to remain around 96 point something. I forgot the exact body temperature for the average human, 96 point some degrees. Every human get that, man. So like it say for the life for the life of the flesh is in the blood. So it's your blood that's pumping out of your heart that's keeping you alive. And it's your brain that's sending signals to your heart that's keeping your heart pumping that blood. So when you put that chip in your hand and you put that chip in your brain, that's gonna throw off your molecular structure and your genetic makeup. And this is gonna fluke your signal. That signal between you and the Most High, that signal that's keeping you alive, man, like it's gonna fluke your signal and some gonna happen. Something crazy gonna happen, man. All right. They say Leviticus 17:11, for the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls, for it is the blood that maketh an atonement for your souls, man. Yeah, it reminds me of Yahweh Shah was that lamb, that sacrifice. All right, he was pierced in his hand. He was pierced in his hand, and he was put to death for our sins and iniquities and transgressions, man. And then here you go the so-called white man. He wanna pierce your hand, and he wanna put a chip in your hand and send you to the cloud. This nigga is the fucking devil, man. That the Bible speaks of, man. That's some demonic. That's Shalakia for cussing. That's some demonic shit. All right, Yahweh Shah, we know he had them big ass railroad spiked nails in his hand. And that was the sacrifice, man. But here go Esau want to take the chip and put it in your blood and pierce your hand and put it in you. That's wicked as hell, man. All right, yeah, man. It's the book of First Corinthians, chapter 15 and verse 50. It say, "Now I say this, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Yahweh, neither doeth corruption inherit incorruption." So the Most High, it's already said and done that the 144,000 are elect, and the whole 1/3, the 144,000 is going to be Israelites saved for salvation, beamed up. Some people going to be martyred. Either way it go, this fleshly body right here, you not finna see the Most High. You not finna be on no chariot. You got to be incorruptible to be on a chariot, man. So this body, whether it disappears, whether it evaporates in the dust, whether you teleport it, transport it, translate it, transliterate it onto that ship, this flesh is not going to go on that chariot, man, so-called UFO. I'm gonna read it again. Now, this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither do corruption inherit corruption. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall be changed. So everybody's not gonna die. Some people are gonna be beamed up into the chariots, man. We're gonna be changed in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, man. All right. But I say that to say that this nigga Esau want to put that chip in your blood and corrupt your flesh. He want to corrupt your flesh and corrupt your blood with that chip inside of you, so that you could be banned. You banned from the chariots. The Most High take a stamp and he stamp your picture, and he say, yeah, that nigga can't get on the ship. He can't get on the ark. All right. So yeah, flesh and blood can't inherit eternal life, man. The kingdom of the Most High. So taking that chip is going to exclude you. You're going to be automatically excluded from salvation, man. Lord willing, Adawan Ratazah, we can be beamed up. That's what the brother put, man. Lord willing, we can be beamed up, man. And I'm all for it, man. I'm all for being beamed up. Adawan Ratazah, we get beamed up, man. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? If we check out for his name, if we die for his name, that's a beautiful thing too, though. You know what I'm saying? Because we gonna be, it say the dead in Christ shall rise first. So we gonna get that first class ticket on spiritual. No, I ain't gonna say that. I was gonna say spiritual airline. But we want that first class ticket, man. Either way, man. Because I hate my hands, man. With these hands, I broke the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments, man. And we got to pay for our sin. The scriptures say, whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Um, what else to say? Roughly paraphrasing, man. What goes around comes around, man. We in this flesh, we sin in this flesh. Some people gonna have to pay for that, and be martyred. There's gonna be, bro. You can read about that. Second Maccabees chapter 7. Second Maccabees chapter 7. When one of the sons, he said, "I hate these hands because they brought me here before Antiochus, the so-called white man, and they had to be put to death for their sins." You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say, "Whoever perish being innocent," but nevertheless, yeah, man, the elect is going to be without fault before the throne of the Lord. So we're gonna be innocent in the eyes of the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. I digress, man. I was just making that statement, throwing that out there. All right. Um, Revelation chapter. It's a good point right here to follow up on that point. Revelation 21:7. He that overcometh. Yeah, because remember the scriptures say, if you come to serve the Lord, my son, if you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. Roughly paraphrasing. And we know that Yahweh Shah say he'll keep us from the hour of temptation, but nevertheless, the scriptures tell us he that endureth to the end shall be saved. So there's Revelation 21:7. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his power, and he shall be my son. So yeah, man, we gotta overcome, man. And then peradventure, perhaps we can inherit all things. Yeah, the brother put a beautiful precept. Romans chapter 14 and verse 8. It say, for whether we live unto the Lord Yahweh. And whether we die unto the Lord Yahweh. Whether we live therefore or die, we are the Lord Yahweh. Come. Yeah, that's beautiful, man. Yeah, like I say, Revelation 21:7. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his power, and he shall be my son. All right, Deuteronomy 7:6, man. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth, man. All right. So we above all people that are upon the face of the earth. That's a special thing. That's a beautiful thing, man. And we don't want to stoop down. You ever heard your parents tell you don't stoop down to the person's level? You got an ignorant person who want to be ignorant and agitate you and mess with you, pick at you, and your parents tell you don't stoop down to his level. Well, hey, the Most High say in Deuteronomy 7:6, we above all people. And second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 57 says, and now, O Lord Yahweh, behold, these heathen which have ever been reputed as nothing have begun to be lords over us and devour us. So if these heathen have always had a reputation for being nothing, all right, we don't want to stoop down to their level and take the tip to try to be like them and get that carnal inheritance, carnal blessing that they get down here to open a microwave, or you blink like this or some shit in the microwave 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Or you nod like this shit, the TV change every time you nod, you turn the channel. You know what I'm saying? Or some crazy shit. You lighten the stove, you do like this shit. The stove come on. Some crazy shit. But hey, not Moses, but Job said, now they that are younger than I have me in derision. I believe it say that, roughly paraphrasing. But even though Esau was born first, he has that childlike mind state to be out in the field, running around. While Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of his ability. Esau out there killing deer and eating raw deer livers and crazy shit like that. All right. So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 14 and verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath for the Most High Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. So yeah, you know how you get a cup of Hennessy, and then it might be a little too strong for you, so you go and get like a Coca-Cola or a Sprite or whatever juice you want to chase it with. You want to chase it, and you want to make it a little more easier to drink, to consume. Well, hey, it say whoever take the mark of the beast, they say the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. That word indignation means righteous anger. He got a righteous reason to be angry with people. So he finna pour out the wine of his wrath. And it ain't gonna even be on the rocks. Ain't gonna be no ice to melt and bust it down and make it watery and make it easy for you to take down. No, you take that chip, it's a one-way ticket to the lake of fire. You take that RFID microchip, it's a one-way first class ticket on Spirit Airlines. Now you can take that on Spirit Airlines to the lake of fire. Babylon the Great America, man. All right, them thermonuclear missiles gonna rain down. Not to mention all the plagues that's gonna be playing out. Because the scriptures tell you soon as Esau fills his belly, the Most High, he gonna disappoint his enterprise. Roughly paraphrasing the precepts. And so that means that it's gonna be well looking good. Everybody gonna be happy doing their thing, eating they got the chip, and then the new world order is going to crumble 100%, and it's going to be the purge out here. It's going to be the purge. It's going to be Lovecraft Country. It's going to be that movie Them, that TV show Them. Anything you could think of with all hell breaking loose with crazy Edomite people running rampant through the streets. That's what it's going to be, man. So all hell going to break loose. It say the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So yeah, man, that reminds me of Revelation 15. Let me just read it right fast. Revelation 15:2. It say, and I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten a victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on a sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High. So yeah, man, we were standing. We other one or others are. Hopefully, I'm a part of that number. We gonna be on a chariot, looking down through the hole at the bottom of the chariot. A sea of glasses, the firmament, the with America, Babylon the Great down here on fire, man. The people gonna be down here on fire. All right. Yeah, that's what I just read in Revelation 14:10, man. It say, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, man. All right, so man, dire warning, man. Don't take the mark, man. Don't let nobody lie to you, send you out for none of that. All right, it's the RFID microchip, man. First Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 17. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai in the air. And so shall we be, and so shall we ever be with the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So, yeah, did you hear that? The scriptures tell us that, what's that, Acts chapter 1? The two angels said, why stand ye here gazing up? This same Yahweh Shai, the same way you saw him leave, is the same way he coming back on the cloud, man, beamed up in the cloud. All right. So it say First Thessalonians 4:17, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. Because like I say, people are gonna be martyred and they're gonna be already up there in the cloud. All right. And I can see Esau now killing one of us, man. And he like, yeah, you want to be in the cloud? Y'all prophecies say you're gonna be up there in the clouds first, and then they can kill us and take us out. But you gotta be spiritually and mentally prepared for that, because it's highly likely. But we hoping for the best. We hoping to be beamed up, but we preparing for the worst. We preparing mentally for these niggas that put us to death, man. For the name, Yahweh Shema Shai, for the doctrine, unadulterated, 100%. But right, nevertheless, it says, And it say, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, man. We shall be, and we shall ever be with the Lord Yahweh. So yeah, man, this nigga Esau got the iCloud with Apple and the iPhone, and they want to put a chip in you and link you to the cloud, to the Internet of Things, man. They want to put you inside the computer, man, and they no telling, man, you gonna put that chip in your hand or in your brain, and you gonna put them goggles on, and you gonna be stuck in the metaverse, and you gonna be stuck. You gonna be a slave. They gonna make. Ain't no telling. Like ain't no telling. Yeah, now that's far fetched. That's a far fetched concept, but ain't no telling. I don't put nothing past the so called white man, cause this nigga is his working is after Satan, man. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me get that right fast. All right, yeah, this Second Thessalonians chapter 2. Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. It say, and then shall that wicked be revealed, the so-called white man Esau, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. Right now, we destroying and consuming this man with the spirit of the mouth of the Lord, man, the prophets. We down here reiterating what the prophets of old wrote, man, and said. So it say, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love or the truth, that they might be saved, man. So yeah, man. This nigga Esau, the so-called white man. This nigga Esau, the so-called white man. Um, he wants to he wants to put you up in the cloud, man, because his workings are after Satan. All right, he's contrary to you. How about Shema Shah? He's the total opposite, man. All right, he put Revelation 6:11 and say, and white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. So yeah, man, it's people already up there gonna be dead, and then there's gonna be some more people gonna have to die. You know what I'm saying? So that all has got to be fulfilled, man. You know. But yeah, nevertheless, I digress, man. They say um that we gonna be caught up. The hopeful elect gonna be caught up to meet him in the clouds, man. This nigga wanna sink your spirit into the iCloud, man, because he coming with all deceivableness and his workings is after Satan, which lets you know it's talking about a man. All right, hey, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yeah, so he say he gonna ascend above the heights of the clouds, man. Yeah, man, because you know the Most High, he above the clouds, and he's in the chariots, so-called. I mean, the Bible call them clouds, in the chariots, so-called UFOs, and he's looking down. All right, and that's how the so-called white man want to do. He want to sit in his cave and look down into his computer and go in the cloud, and he want to be able to click on his computer and type in right now and see what everybody doing everywhere, man. You know what I'm saying? This nigga want to be like the Most High. He say, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High, man. And That's in Obadiah too. All right, this Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 3. I mean verse 4. It say, I'm gonna start at 3. It say, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee. Yeah, remember I said he's a proud man. He transgressed by wine. He's proud because he be finessing with his lies. They say the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Yeah, you cave dweller, the so-called white man from Mount Seir in Mount on the Caucasus Mountains in Georgia, Russia. It say whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, yeah, ain't that the symbol for the so-called white man here in America, going all the way back to Rome, going back to Greece, going back to goddammit Mount Seir, Petra. The eagle was their symbol. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Yahweh Shem Shot. So yeah, man, he's gonna go up there and he's gonna set up shop. But when you read Romans 9, it'll tell you that the Most High set him up with this power just to bring him down, just like he did Pharaoh. All right. Hey, so yeah, he say, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. All right. So 2/3 of our people, they love this man. They infatuated with this man's lies and his wine. They drunk off his wine, philosophies and doctrines, man. All right. So you're going to have man that's going to be like this right now today, man. First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 1. I mean, chapter 1 and verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So that's what you're going to have people telling you coming up in these last days. They're going to be like, man, we got to go and get the chip. We got to go eat the chip, man, because if we don't get the chip, we're going to have to eat our kids. Because that's what the prophecy tells you. People going to be eating their children. So you're going to have wicked men out of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, who are going to be persuading many people saying, let us go take the chip, man. Because ever since we decided to try to do our own thing and not take the chip, all right, and listen to those Bible thumpers, we've been starving like Marvin. So people they gonna convince you, it ain't gonna be too hard to convince niggas with their stomach in their back. All right. But the elect ain't gonna be deceived, man. Period. All right. So this is the book of St. Mark, chapter 13, verse 12. Not a brother shall betray a brother to death, and the father, the son, and children shall rise up against their parents and shall cause them to be put to death. Yeah, for this truth in these last days. And for not taking that mark, man. All right. People speaking this truth, they gonna kill you and they gonna think they doing the Lord's work by killing you, putting you to death, man. So you're gonna have wicked men that's gonna go out of Israel and persuade many to take the chip, and then you're gonna have brothers, man, family and friends and even niggas who think they in the truth to snitch on you and turn you in for the mark of the beast chip because they don't believe that it's the chip. They think it's John 3:16 or something else. So they gonna get you whacked. All right. So this is the book of Second Timothy chapter 3 and verse 2. It say, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, and unholy. All right, these are the characteristics of niggas these days. All right, and these people are the people you want to stay away from, man. Lovers of their own selves, covetous, they always want what you got. Boasters, they always trying to stunt and say what they got and how they shitting on the next person. Proud. All right. These people are these geechies out here in the LGBTQ. and you know the rest of the alphabets. These proud people, blasphemers, people saying anything about the scriptures, disrespectful towards Yahweh Ba'ashem and Yahweh Shah. All right, disobedient to parents, man. All right, um, that's a lot of people these days. Unthankful. Nobody's grateful for nothing these days, especially considering this truth, man. Um, and unholy, man. All right, so yeah, that's the people. That's how people is in these last days, man. And these are the characteristics you wanna stay away from people like this, man. All right, verse 3: without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. So yeah, when people teach the law, statutes, and commandments, teach the scriptures, the Bible, all right, people despise you. They despise you for having this truth, man. All right. And they gonna betray you unto death, man. So you gotta watch your back, man. All right. Second Timothy chapter 3 and verse 13. But evil men and seducers, see, they gonna seduce you and trick you and beguile you, just like the serpent beguiled Eve and seduced and tricked her. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. All right, so you gotta be around like-minded brethren, man, who got the 100% truth, man. All right, preferably the man, like-minded man from GMS, the apostles and elders on down, man. All right, in these last days, man. You don't want to just be around and with anybody because they gonna fluke your chances. All right, being a nigga, they gonna fluke your chances and you gonna be jacked up. You gonna be caught out in the middle of it. All right. So yeah, man. Now I'm gonna read this last precept the brother put up here, man. First Maccabees 2:10. What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and guiding of her spoils? So everybody them finessed off us, man. And then you got wicked men out of our nation want to make a covenant with these heathen people, man. They done finessed off of us. That's why the scriptures say, Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 15, the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, man. All right. So yeah, which includes 2/3 of you niggas out there, man. All right, so I hope this lesson was edifying, man. And to the point, I hope that you know, anybody that's watching this, man, or that's gonna watch this, you make that decision not to take that chip, man. Don't let nobody send you out. Don't it say hold fast to that what you have, let no man take your crown. I've been believing that this chip was the mark of the beast before I came into the truth. So if I was gonna listen to somebody silly saying anything, I'd be letting people perhaps take my crown, man. But the elect ain't gonna be deceived. So Adawan Ratazar, I'm a part of that number, man. You know, so we just gotta keep enduring, keep praying, man, and keep hoping and keep the faith that Yahweh Shem Hawashai see fit to grant us access to that fathership, to them chariots, man. We don't want no carnal blessing. We don't want to be in the metaverse, man. You know what I'm saying? This nigga want to put a chip in you so he can know what you thinking and shit. And he can, perhaps control your body, make you do this and that. Ain't no telling, man, what they gonna do to you. And we ain't trying to find out. I don't want to see. We gonna sit back and watch and let the 2/3 y'all ass gonna be the guinea pigs around here, man. So yeah, man. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who teach and rule well. Shalom to the Akim scattered throughout the four corners, preaching this word in truth and sincerity with discretion and discernment. And last but not least, Shalom to the Akim and the Akwat and the children. So yeah, man, I'm a big y'all. Shalom.